بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. أما بعد، اليوم 13 من شهر شوال 1443 الموافق ل 14 من شهر مايو 2022. نواصل درسنا في هذا الكتاب المبارك بلوغ المرام. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يبارك فينا وفيما نتعلم وأن يغفر لنا الزلات ويغفر للمؤلف ويرفع درجته في العلميين. So, if you remember last time we were talking about the had of Sadaqah before Ramadan, the had of the Sadaqah, and just to refresh your mind in Islam, when it comes to the crimes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala categorized them, the Sharia categorized them into three categories. You have the hudud, you have the qisas, you have the ta'zirat. Hudud wa qisas wa ta'zirat. Hudud, these are the fixed punishments in Sharia where nobody is allowed to alter or to modify or to change any part of them. They have to be kept the way they are. We have, for example, had the zina, the punishment of zina has been placed right, nobody can change it. Even though Rasulullah cannot change it. He has to stay doing this. 100 lashes for an unmarried person, and also we have to send him to exile for 1 year. For the one who married before, even if the marriage doesn't exist right now, if he commits zina, he has to be stoned till death. That's the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, stoned till death. We don't replace this with any other kind of punishment. It has to go through that. And you have the hadith, as-sariqah, the one that we're talking about. If the amount being stolen by that person reached the nisab of sariqah, which is the dinar, the thaman al-mijan, the quarter of the dinar. As I guess we already discussed that, or it will come to that future. If somebody steals that amount, he has to lose his hand. Okay? To the from the wrist. So this is hadith as-sariqah. We have another hadith, which is hadith al-qadhf. Al-qadhf is false accusation against an innocent woman or man. When somebody tell them Zani, call them Zani, somebody who committed adultery or adulteress. That person has to provide evidence. If you call somebody fornicator, then you must provide evidence. If no evidence, then the Prophet ﷺ said, "Al-bayyinatu lillah, hadd al-qiwam." Either you provide evidence or you need to 80 times. So the had for the qadf also is 80. It's fixed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, 80 lashes. Okay? And you have another had, which is had al-rida. Controversial matter amongst the scholars, but rida is one of those issues that the scholars mentioned to be having a fixed punishment, okay? Which is death. Are we supposed to give that person a respite? I guess we discussed this most likely. If not, we will have that in the future, inshallah. Some scholars say we give him respite to repent, some scholars say we shouldn't give him respite. And you have the haddu, shouldn't come when somebody drinks wine. This one, not all the scholars agree with it to be haddu, because in the time of Umar, they modified, right? They add on top of those 40 lashes being used by the Prophet ﷺ, in the time of Umar, they added 40 more. So the scholars, some of them said this shows that this is not had, because had is defined as something that cannot be reduced, it cannot be increased. Nobody can reduce it and nobody can increase it, nobody can modify it. It has to remain the way it is. So when Umar talked to the companions and all of them agreed to add, including Ali ibn Abi Talib, he was not who proposed actually to add 40 more. You know? He says the evidence for the lowest that we find is that had of al-qadh. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us to be somebody who committed 80 lashes, and that's means we should go to the 80 lashes for the one who drinks wine, because when he drinks, second, he will become intoxicated, and then after that, he will talk the way he wants. And he will falsely accuse others. So I think that the was taken into account. So these are the hudud. The hudud means the fixed punishment by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in which nobody is allowed to modify. The same type of punishments, these are qisas. Qisas also are fixed by the Sharia. But the difference between qisas and hudud, in qisas matters, the owner of the right can modify. The owner of the right can modify the qisas. Somebody killed the brother of another person. The family member of the murdered person can forgive. If they forgive it, that's it. They can forgive to no badal. Ilaghayr badal means no compensation, no replacement. Meaning they will just say, we forgive. No dear, no qisas, no anything. We don't want it. Just let him go and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They can forgive their rights. He has to go and do the kafara because this is the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as far as the right of human being is concerned, that could be modified. So these are the matters of qisas. The difference between qisas and had is that in qisas case, somebody can change it. The one who has a right can change it. Okay? There are some of the qisas which you can forgive before they reach the authority. Like if somebody falsely accuses you, Allah protect, you can forgive him. But if you take it to authority, and that person confesses, or you establish evidence that yes, he accused, he has to be punished. Your forgiveness is useless. You get it? Like somebody stole something from you. You can forgive it before you reach the authority. But once it's reached the police, or it's reached the court, or reached the leader, punishment must be executed. Your forgiveness will be useless. You forgive him, you don't forgive him, it doesn't. So we will talk about this inshallah. So these are the matters of qisas, and we said the difference between qisas and hudud is that qisas could be forgiven. Yeah, it's also fixed, but somebody can forgive, somebody can alter, somebody can change. You can say, no, this person killed my brother intentionally, but I don't want him to be killed. I want the deer to be paid. You can go for the deer, rather than death. Okay, the last one, which is the vast majority of the punishments, this is the ta'zir. Right? Ta'zir, these are the punishments that are left by the Sharia to be addressed by the discretion of the authority, okay, according to what they see. So if they see that this person should be killed, they go for it. This person should be beaten how many times in the way they want, according to the nature of the punishment, they go. You get an idea, because sometimes the amount of the punishment, all the time actually, you should be reflecting the jarima, right? It should be reflected. Somebody touched a woman, get it? Intention, just touch, and then you send him to jail. You'll beat him 1,000 times. You beat him 1,000 times. You send him to jail. Murder. Does that match the quantity of the jarima? Well, beyond the limit. That's why they said, لا يقضي القاضي وهو غضبان. The scholars make qiyas, they say, oh. He must be moderate. That's why doing the qada, the qadi has to be very moderate. It's even so the weather in the room where he's making the decision should be moderate. Not too cold, not too. Because if it's too cold, he doesn't want to stay that long. In any case that comes in, And if he's angry, imagine he came and he's angry. The family made him. He came to the court. Somebody reported that this guy is smart. It's the last. He said, "Cut him. Send him to jail. He will be releasing the punishment. Just like today is the day of punishment. Yeah. They are making chaos on that, and they said even if the weather is not moderate in the room where he's making the decision, he has to finish at home. Don't want to stay in that place. So it has to be very comfortable place that he will relax, and you will have no excuse. So not too angry. If he is angry, he has to postpone the cases until the time he is happy. And the same goes to when he is so happy. And he's so happy also to be tragedy. They might bring criminals, big criminals to him, who deserve heavy punishment, but he will just forgive them because he has some good news. So the same goes to, as I said, government. They also have Sham Jawan, some So these are the matters of Ta'zir. Ta'zir is based on the discretion of the judge and the witness. We mentioned in Bulugul Maram long ago when the first time people started seeing these bad movies, people coming into the media making. In that place, you know how, especially in the past, there will be something else. People are not having access to this. So when it started getting to the community, one of the judges used to tell whenever they take the CDs or the cassette, in those days, that kind of long cassette. Whenever they take it from them and they punish, the Shabab boy using that judge used to talk against them. No, this is wrong. And I would never accept it. One of our professors in Manila narrated this story in class. He said they invited him one day to feast, and they opened up. When he saw it, he used to tell them don't beat. It used to be few lashes and then let the person goes, and they take the notes and break it. After that, when he saw it, I was really asked, what is this? He said, yes, put it purposely actually. And this event was arranged with the intention of showing you. We did not tell you that. Our intention is to show you so that you can see. We tell you to go and watch the medal. After that, when he saw that, whenever they brought the case, he used to command them to beat him 1,000. Rasulullah said, "There's a khabar, kalmu'ad." It's a khabar. So sometimes you might see, you might be so gentle in terms of addressing some of the matters because you don't know. You don't see. When you see with your own eyes, the action will be different. Right? Musa alayhi salam, when he was told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that your people are worshipping the cow, what was his reaction? He said, "I would want to say, SubhanAllah, you don't see that. Yes, he worried so much about it. He was so happy with the meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that occupied his brain, his heart. But Allah told him, he took it seriously. But it wasn't the same as the seriousness when he saw it. Because when he saw the thing, what happened? He threw away the Torah that was with him. When Allah told him, your people are worshiping God, he was holding the Torah. He said, I will go back and check and address it. But when he seen it with his own eyes, he threw away the Torah. He was very angry. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَمَّا سَكَتَ عَنْ مُوسَى الْغَضَبُ. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described it as Sultan, Al-Amir, Wallahi. Musa couldn't control himself at that time. So anyway, so Ta'zir is supposed to be based on the discretion of the authority and according to the quantity of the crime. Yeah. You must look into the crime. It's not that Allah wants to give it to them to use it in the way they want. No. The judge has to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He shouldn't go beyond the limit in terms of punishment. He should use his smartness and wisdom to look into the crime and prescribe punishment accordingly. Prescribe punishment accordingly. Okay, so this is the last type of the punishment. So we are dealing with that. We dealt with the qisas, and now we are dealing with the hadith, right? And this is the had, the family. We dealt with the sinah, right? And now we are dealing with the sadaqah. So the first hadith, we had a lot of hadith that we studied on this topic, but the first hadith for today's class is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. They mentioned this, Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, بينه وبين أبيه كم سنة؟ 11 سنة. Between him and his father, it's only 11 years. And now, some 40 years between them and that. With the Shabab al-Yawm, maybe 60 years. They have to finish their professorship. We use قائلة في class by Khalid. Give us the word yesterday. وخير يفسح عن الطريق. So Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As and Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه سئل عن التمر المعلق فقال من أصاب به فيه من ذي حاجة غير متخذ خبزة فلا شيء عليه ومن خرج بشيء منه فعليه الغرامة والعقوبة ومن خرج بشيء منه بعد أن يرويه الجليل فبلغ ثمنا بجنبه فعليه القتل. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in this hadith of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, when he was asked about the thamar is a fruit. Okay, thamar, fruits on the tree. In the hadith it says, "Su'ila an al-tamr al-mu'allaq." Tamr al-mu'allaq means the one that is still on the tree. Okay, it's still on the tree before the حصاد. فقال من أصاب به من حاجة غير متخذ خمة فلا شيء عليه. We passed through they said you are very happy. Okay? And this is the farm of Tamar. So you take some food. This is and you eat. Is that okay? Yeah. Someone said, you be hajj, you really eat. You take a few of them, tamarat, and then you eat. That will be no problem. But this one, it shouldn't be the one on the road, on the side of the road. Because imagine you have the main road, yeah, the highway. Thousands of cars are passing. Everyone who comes takes some. Before you realize everything already finished, peace and love. But we are talking about one that is too far from the people, but we happen to be in that place and you are very hungry. You take a bit of it, there will be no problem with that. Because birds as well eating, insects also are eating. So you'll be one of those who are taking from it. So you will be rewarded. Okay, so that is not theft, although you are taking it without the permission of the owner. Okay? As long as you are not taking it and putting it in your clothing, meaning you gather, you take books, take off. If you do that, then you are responsible. That's going to just take 1 or 2, 3. Yeah. To remove the possibility of death, hunger, you are very hungry, eat a bit and then فلا that would be nothing. ومن خرج بشيء منه فعليه غرامة العقوبة. And if the person takes something from it, he takes, although it's little, but he ate and takes something, he has to pay. He has to pay the compensation and he must receive the عقوبة. He must receive the عقوبة. ومن خرج بشيء منه بعد أن يؤويه الجليل. الجليل, this is the place where they put the temple to dry. And the place where they keep the temple to make it dry. So if somebody takes something from that jalil, the owner of the temple already took it to that place, and you go and take it from that place. The Prophet ﷺ said, if that which you took reached the price of Nijar, and come to you, that person must lose his hand. How much is it, Nijar? In those days, in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, you know Nijar, right? Nijar is a toast, a birqa, shield you put to when you are fighting against, or the one you hold when you are fighting to stop people from hitting you with the sword and the arrows. That's the shield you use when you find somebody to defend yourself from the arrows. So this is Nijar. In those days, the price is a quarter of a dinar. Okay? The price is a quarter of. قال المنذري والمراد بالتمر المعلق ما كان معلقا في النخل قبل أن يجذب ويجرى. المنذري said the meaning of the tamr here is the one that is still on the tree before you cut it. Still on the tree before you cut it. And before you take it to the jaleel. When you put it in the place of the jaleel, then خلاص that حكم changes. وفي الحديث مسائل. This hadith contains issues to be discussed. The issue number 1, قال أنه إذا أخذ المحتاج بفيه لسد فاقة فإنه مباح. When a person takes and you really need to eat, you take a few, you put them in your mouth to remove the hunger. The Prophet ﷺ said, it is fine. The second one, أنه يحرم عليه الخروج بشيء منه. فإن خرج بشيء منه فلا يخلو أن يكون قبل أن يجذب ويؤويه الجليل أو بعده. فإن كان قبل الجذب فعليه غرامة العقوبة. وإن كان بعد القتل وإيواء الجليل فعليه القتل مع بلوغ المأخوذ النصاب قوله فبلغ ثمن النجم. So this is emphasizing on the second matter mentioned by the hadith, that if a person takes the tamar, you are not allowed to go out of the farm with it. If you take the tamar, you cannot go out of the farm. If you go out of the farm with it, we look into the situation. Are you taking it when you, did you take it when it was still up there? Or you took it after that? Or the farm cut it from the tree? If you're doing it after it was removed from the tree, then we look into the situation. Did you take it after it was taken to the jail? If you take it before that, then we just punish you, or we don't cut off. That's really what we was doing. But if he takes it after the owner already took it to the jail, this is like his place of protection for it. Then that person has to lose his hand as long as the price of the value of that tablet which you have taken is equivalent to, as when he has taken a lot, his hand is not happy. It's going there for business. قال الثالثة أنه أجمل في الحديث الغرامة أو أجمل في الحديث الغرامة والعقوبة. ولكنه أخرج البيهقي تفسيرها بأنها غرامة مثله وبأن العقوبة جلدات نكال أو نكال. He says, if you look into the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, فَعَلَيْهِ غَرَامَةٌ وَلَعْقُوبَةٌ. But he did not mention which uqub. He says that person has to go for the gharama. Gharama means he has to be fined. So what kind of fine we should charge him? What uquba? He has to be punished. What type of punishment? He says there is another narration in Al-Bayhaqi where Al-Bayhaqi mentioned that this punishment, this gharama, this fine, is mithlay, meaning if the tamar is 10 ringgit, we charge him 20. Mithlay means we double the price, we charge him 30. وبأن العقوبة جلدات, and the عقوبة, the punishment, جلدات. Jaladat means we beat him, a few lashes. Jaladat, we beat him a few lashes. And do we restrict this? Do we restrict this to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that says, لا يجلد فوق 10 جلدات إلا في حد من حدود الله? Some scholars said any matter of ta'zir has to be restricted to that. But other scholars said it is still based on the discretion of the ruler and the court, to see which punishment fits the crime committed by that person. So here also jaladat is not restricted, right? It's to an amount. So it is still up to the leader to prescribe whatever he feels to be appropriate. وقد استدل بهذا الحديث أو استدل بحديث البيهقي هذا على جواز العقوبة بالمال، فإن غرامة مثله من العقوبة بالمال، وقد أجازه الشافعي في القديم ثم رجع عنه وقال لا تضاعف الغرامة على أحد في شيء، إنما العقوبة في الأبدان لا في الأموال. وقال هذا منسوخ والناسخ له قضاء رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم على أهل الماشية بالليل ما أتلفت فهو ضامن أي مضمون على أهلها. وقال إنما يضمنونه بالقيم. وقد قدم الكلام في ذلك في حديث باحث. So some scholars, there is an issue among the scholars. Can we punish somebody financially? The Prophet said, لا يحل مال امرئ إلا بطيب من نفسه. It is not permissible for the wealth of somebody to be touched except if he agrees with that. So it became an issue. Is it permissible for us to punish somebody financially. Yeah, what is done in the courts nowadays? Sometimes they charge you for certain crimes. You do not steal money, you don't take money from others, but you have to pay. This money goes to the public, not to the pocket of the judge. But is it even halal for us to charge somebody financially? So this hadith is one. And the Prophet ﷺ said, "Alayhi Maram." And if the narration of the Bayhaqi says, "Mithlay," that's when the other half, is uquba. Because if the tamar he ate cost only 10 million, when he pays 10 million, he's paying for that which he ate. But if I ask him to pay another 10 million, the additional amount is punishment. So some scholars said this shows that we can punish somebody financially. You get it? So this is the opinion of Imam Shafi'i from Qadim. The first opinion of Imam Shafi'i was that, but then he changed his mind. Imam Shafi'i has a Qadim one. So he changed his opinion. He says that's about for Ibrahim. He changed. Never to be like that. Imam Shafi'i says everyone should be charged according to his crime, the value of what he did. If it is 1 million, we don't go beyond that. He says the uquba is only on the physical uquba, not financial punishment. He said that hadith of Bayhaqi is mansukh. Mansukh means abrogated, right? What is a nasikh? A nasikh lahu qada'u Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam al-mashi. You remember the hadith of al-mashi? So that we made Masha went and destroyed the crops and the plantation of another person. And the Prophet said, because at night, Mawashi is supposed to live restricted, right? At home. If you let your Masha, your animal, going around, then you should be in charge of whatever it did. So when that animal did something at night, you're responsible. But in the daytime, the one who's responsible to protect his farm is the farmer himself. That's the just decision of the Prophet. In the time of Sulaiman alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَدَاوُدَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ إِلَّا يَحْكُمَانِ الْحَرْثِ إِذْ نَفَشَتْ فِيهِ غَنَمُ الْقَوْمِ كُنَّا لِحُكْمِهِمْ شَاهِدِينَ. Allah says, فَفَهَّمْنَاهَا سُلَيْمَانَ وَكُلًّا آتَيْنَا حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا. أثنى على قضاء سليمان. داود الحكم. Dawood was happy, was the judge. But from time to time, Sulaiman, Allah SWT gave the fahm to Sulaiman, which Dawood did not get. But Allah says, وَكُلًّا آتَيْنَا حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا. And this one also is the same thing. Somebody's animal went to the farm of another person and ate it. Whatever, they destroyed everything. They lost. So what happened is Dawood said, let's switch. Take that over. He lost this and you should take it. Sulaiman, when he came, he said no. Since one of you is still, it's like court of appeal, right? If one of you is not happy with that, then we can review the case. Nowadays we have this court. The court decided the case and you're not happy with that, you take it to the court. Submitted that. What they do in some places, and I like that one also, the court will not immediately decide the case. They will return the case back to the initiator, the first to redo it. They will tell them to call for the case as a fresh case. If they concluded in the same way, and the guy is not happy, and the court will go through all the details. How exactly it happened? If nobody is happy with that, then they will approve the first one. If they're not happy, and the case will be reopened in the court of appeal. Now we release the first one. Now the case is here. They will look into it by themselves. So Sulaiman told the two brothers, since one of you is not happy, of course he cannot be happy with that. So he said, what to do is, I have a different judgment. You take the the ship. Okay? You, the owner of the ship, take the farm. You grow it until you take it back in the way it was before your ship came and restored. And you take the sheep and take care of the sheep and benefit from the wool, benefit from the milk. After the crops grow back to the original way it was, then you can come back and take the sheep and pass the farm to you. And everyone was happy with that decision. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَقَرْحَمْنَاهَا سُلَيْمَانَ وَكُلًّا آتَيْنَا حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا. So, Uqubat al-Mali, according to the best opinion of the scholars, Wallahu A'lam, is halal. The government can find a person and ask him to pay money. But the money should go to the public interest, right? So that's means it should go to the Baitul Mal in the country. Nowadays, the Baitul Mal doesn't exist. It is represented by the Ministry of Finance. We have small institutions that are called Baitul Mal, but the real Baitul Mal, according to the way it was before, is the Ministry of Finance. Okay? The small Baitul Mal, these are charity organizations. Yeah, their Baitul Mal is just literally called Baitul Mal. In terms of the technical definition of Baitul Mal, they don't do. Because Baitul Mal executes. It's a place where we put the Farawati Dawla. Whatever Dawla the country owes. In those days, you have the sources of the revenue, Kharaj, Jizya, and you have the Zakat that is coming, and the all of those things going to the Baitul Mal. Whatever is called wealth, the place to keep it is the Baitul in those days. The wealth that belongs to the public. Missing properties without a proper owner, and less properties, the property that estate being left by the deceased, but there is nobody to inherit it. We pass it all to the Baitul Mal, the Muslim, which is the Ministry of Finance now. So, as I said, the best opinion is the one that says the government can charge people money, but the money should go to the public. That's why, if I borrow money from Abdurrahman, for instance, and I don't want to pay that, now, Abdurrahman take me to the court. We go to the court, and the judge, can the judge charge me money and give it to him? Extra. 100,000 I took from him, but now the judge is asking me for my delay. He said you have to pay him 150,000. Is that halal? No, they're getting 50,000 extra. But Islamically, is that halal? Why? Why do that? Because a woman doesn't ask it. It's a government, right? It's a hukuma by the government. So is it halal or not halal? Yes, right? So we all agree in this battle of opinion. So it is not permissible, because I am forced. I cannot give that money willingly. And the one who, the beneficiary is Abdurrahman, the owner of the money, the creditor. So that's exactly riba. Riba. It came to Abdurrahman free of charge. Doesn't need to work for it, but the judges send the riba. So if you take that money, this is riba. This is riba. So the government can take money from me for misbehaving, but that money should go to Baitul Allah. It cannot go to Allah. It has to go to Baitul. You get it? Otherwise, if they exchange it to give it to him, then that's good. Everyone will take that. They just to the point, so they can get extra money, in the future. So the money that is taken cannot go to the creditor. It has to be given to the Baitul. Okay, the last issue is the issue of the hills. قال أخذ من اشتراط الحفظ بوجود القتل. This take from this hadith the issue of the hifz. You know the hifz, the place of protection. You know, we define that as taking the wealth of another person without his permission in secret from the place of protection. Yeah, if you take it from a place which is not the place of protection, that person is not called thief. Somebody from us sees money here in this Muslim. Another person too. Should we call that person Sadiq? No, he's not Sadiq. Because we don't keep money in the masajid. We get it, or he takes it from the house. Yeah, then we call him Sadiq. You get the idea? You have your money in your pocket next to you. When you put it next to you and you sleep on it. Somebody came and moved you because you sleep very heavily and took the money. If you take it from the hills, yes. Because that place people protect their money sometimes, especially when they're sleeping, you will not be committed to the pocket. Before you want to sleep on it. Wrong decision, for sure, because sometimes you change position and then you need the money also will sleep with you and die. And they have another doing also. So when the Prophet said, and you will after you, if the person take it after the money has been taken, the tamar has been taken to the he said, person take it from that place, then we have to come. So he took it. So Allah said he has to pay. Maram, and should be cut off. The majority of the scholars said this is very clear. That it's a condition for a person to lose his hand that he must have taken that item from the properties. There are some, like the one here, as you know, they said no. We don't accept this condition because the ayah doesn't mention heads. And Amir Somali, if you remember, in somebody's opinion, and his opinion is not that much clear whether he is with the majority concerning the issue of the heads or he is with the Wahidis and those who do not understand. But Allah, the best opinion, looking at the Sunnah of the Prophet and other Sunnah also, this one is very clear in other places, then you will understand that it should be a condition for a person to lose his hand that he must have taken that property from the heads. So I guess since this is the first class, that should be the last thing we should study. If I go to the next hadith, I head towards 7. And last one, to the practice to read and feel as what I know we are. Inshallah, I will see you in the next class. And let's see if there is anyone who has questions.
Would it be approved to eat a not hungry, according to this hadith, or would it be haram? Would it be approved or haram to eat if I'm not hungry? From that hadith, and if I eat from the dates? Yeah. لا genuinely approved or not okay.
Whatever harms health. It's either harm or different. Is it really harmful? If it is compulsory harmful, that a person shouldn't eat. Good idea. So this one you should check it. But as far as I know, it is really not healthy for somebody to eat a bad alcohol. We already have the food that we have eaten, which is not being digested yet. And we take Ibn Khaldun, in his book Al-Muqaddimah, has a very good explanation for this issue and how it comes to come. So when you eat and then you take another one before the first one is being digested, the system is going to be neglecting the second and the first one, and now get busy with the second. So the second one is not properly fixed, and those things which are not supposed to be in the body, they are not properly eliminated. So they will be distributed and channeled to places in a way that. You see, that's why sometimes you have fever, that's why sometimes you have headache, you don't know where it's coming from. That's why it is really good for a person to train himself after he eats to close the fridge. Drink water or things which are known to be beneficial, to a person, after it. And not a food to the people. things that will help the digestive system. But anything that harms the body, take it as a principle, and the qaida says, الضرر يزال. Harm should be limited. Okay, it depends on the quantity of the harm. If it's a little bit harmful, you might say it's dislike for a person to go to that way. But if it is going to put the person in danger, then it is impermissible for him to do. If you're sick and the doctor tells you do not eat this kind of food, you have to avoid it completely. If you eat from it, you will be sick. You take one spoon of it, you will be sick. So you have to just train yourself to stay away from it. It's just a matter of telling you. All of these things is happening. Prophet Sallallahu said, we are shabbat, we eat a lot. Every time we eat. Nowadays, whenever somebody you see something, I want to try it. Similar to the one that says we live to. Allah Abdurrahman. We live to it. Yeah, seriously, there are some people like that. But it's not good. So train yourself to that activity. Eat when you eat, when you don't eat, stay away from food. Rajab said, if you are to bring the dead ones, don't be surprised. 2/3 of the people who died, the causes of their death happen to do with the storm. The kind of the food dead. And I guess, inshallah, if you do your analysis today, the vast majority of the sickness that people are suffering on a daily basis, they are connected to what we eat, what type of food you're eating, and how you eat. A lot of it is true.
Question why shouldn't animals be free to roam around? Why shouldn't the animals be free to roam around at night?
Because at night, the question is why, right? Because at night, people sleep. So when they go out, there is no protection to those properties and food. So the animals are always innocent, looking for their survival. They will go to this community. So who is responsible for this case? The owner. So that's why the Prophet said at night, they should keep their animals to the one place. But in the daytime, they should release them for food, and the owners of the farms, they should take care of them. You should have somebody to protect. But at night, you cannot tell the farmer to remain 24 hours in this farm, so that the sheep of another person will not come and destroy his crops. So that's the reason why the Prophet said, to be fair, at night, since Allah says, Ya al-Layla, you guys are right. That's all second. So there's a time of this people relaxing here. Including the farmers, they want to relax and rest. So if we are to force them to go and sit in their farms, that will be courage in life. And Allah says, and it will be courage. So to be fair, at night when everyone sleeps, animals also should be restricted. Okay? And in the daytime, everyone is awake, then the animal can go. Because there will be somebody who should be protecting the farm in the daytime.
The second question is, you mentioned that the government can take money from the borrower for business related and give it to the later one. Is the misbehaving here meant this delaying of the payment of money?
In the case of borrowing money, I'm referring to that misbehavior. And he has the payment but he delays. The one who has the money to pay but he doesn't pay, that's called al-madni. Procrastination in paying the debts by a rich person. The Prophet called it oppression. He said, not only money, the good one. The delay of a rich debtor, in terms of paying the debt and the right of others, is oppression. Good. It justifies the punishment. The government gives that person, if the owner of the well happens to talk against him. Yeah, so I'm referring to that kind of misbehavior when it comes to that. But they can charge money also for other types of misbehaviors. I remember a judge, this is a true story. It's a true story. A person, a husband, a person slapped his wife. Okay? He smacked her. When it reached the court, the judge said, with every finger, she get 5,000. Every finger, 5,000. I believe that woman will be wishing that that man slapped her maybe 10 times. He said every finger, 5,000. So that is the whole money. We do not say to her, come and slap him again, because that is another power. As the Prophet said, which Allah will which you cannot slap a person, you cannot hit a person on his face. No matter how much angry you are, hit some other places but not head, not this. So he smacked his wife on her face and the judge checked him right about it. So it's allowed to charge money for misbehavior. All types of misbehavior.
My third question is a confirmation. So is it that included when a person leaves money by mistake in a place and somebody takes it, it's done and it's not considered theft and it's permissible for the person to take?
It's not. No, it's not permissible for it to take it. But I'm just saying, as far as the definition of theft is concerned, that person should not be called thief. Because if we call him thief, related taxes. So, did he commit the crime of theft? No, he did not. But what he did, is it appropriate? No. It depends on the reason why. He took it to go and pass it to the lost and found department, right? Is that right? Yes, absolutely right. He took it to go and look for the owner. Is that right? Yes, it's absolutely right. A few days ago, I guess Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. I was praying here. Then I realized that somebody left the bag, I don't know, that locked or something, and his fancy watch, and his phone, all on the bag. And I couldn't see anyone except one person sitting down there. Try to see what is the connection. He is there, and everything is here. So I just had in my mind, let me take it to the office. But then when I see him, then I ask him. The moment I just called his name, he said, yeah, it's mine. He already know that. I will be asking about it. So in this case, when you see that thing, which one is good? To keep it or to take it? To keep it. Did you receive an email from the IUL main email board before the semester break, saying that the semester break is going to come and everyone should be very careful with this property and take care of the things when they come. Yeah, well, I can. The first thing when we play Dr. Shah, you see that things are telling you take care of your property, right? So people can take from the masjid. What do you think? Take it from. Yeah, one day I was in a hurry. I went to buy food for the canteen. Then I checked my pocket, I couldn't find it. Nobody. Okay, alhamdulillah, I have the car. I went to the I remove the ATM. I remove 200. And you know the guy gives you what? Card first and then the money. Yeah, that's really, really good because people forget the card. It's more important than the money. So it gives you the card. I took the card and went. SubhanAllah, I just had a few steps. And then I remember this money and I, what did you do? I came back, the one who needed more got it. So I'm just bringing this so that you can understand if I need all of my expensive things in this space, I should pray Salat al-Jannah for the point. So if I see somebody's property, should I take it or should I take it to the place? Take it. But when you take it in this place, you have to look for the owner for how long? 1 year. Yeah. You must look for the owner for 1 year. Anything that has value, the minimum thing that has value in Malaysia, what is the thing that has value? The value, I mean, take 5 cents, right? Yeah. But the value in terms of local, we're talking about a thing in which if a person misses it, he will go look for it. What is the amount of money that if you lose, you go look for it? 10 million. 1 million? No, 1 million. Yeah, could be. Somebody who has this, the only relative he has. Only he has. I remember in Medina, I woke up, I have only 1 riyal. SubhanAllah. That was the only thing I had. So if it was Ramadan, I had to go to the haram to get the car because I have whatever I have. So I have to go so that I can keep that 1 riyal to buy safarur and put in time. So I know exam time, subhanAllah, and the buses they go early. So I was thinking of how to catch that bus so that I will not get into trouble. I forgot. I went out with the answer and script. During those days they were very. They cancelled that thing. Everyone said to them, including the lecturer, that there is no cheating and there is nothing. Allah, but the one who is in charge, he looked at me and smiled and said, I will see you in the next 6. Well, that wasn't the word. He said, we need to be next 6. Well, I looked at him. What should I say to him? And then I say, he was the one who brought me to the university. So I remember that Hasana, I just closed my eyes and I will see you there. I remember I realized that subject, I don't know how. So that's why when somebody told me I passed, I did not believe it until the time I see that. So I'm just trying to say that one thing sometimes could be very valuable. In a way you can even forget God will accept. But if we're talking about digital, generally in Malaysia, I guess 10 million should be the thing that if somebody lost it, we will go around on the phone. I'm trying to establish an amount of money in which if you get that money, you have to keep it for a year. If you find 1 million, this one you address it according to the hadith of the Prophet when he was asked about sheep. He said, here, I think, either you take it, or if you don't take it, somebody's going to take it. Or a wolf is going to take it. So when you find something that is so insignificant, you can take it. And when you take it, are you supposed to keep it for 1 year? You have 1 million, you keep it that 1 million for a year? No. You go on, use it, no problem. Up to 10 ringgit. We just have to look at the culture in that place, right? Up to 10 ringgit, I think it's the very reasonable amount. If you get that one, then you have to look for the owner if you decide to keep it. In the university, I don't think you should punish yourself. Just go and give it to them. To the management. They will do that. That is by themselves. You get it? So if you find something in that place, what you should do is you should take it, you should look into the situation. If the place is safe, it's better to leave it in that place because the owner is good to it. Like in our apartment, subhanAllah, you might see something, a lunch being kept in the place, and you come and take food. They just give it a keep the lunch. I don't know. And say what he comes here. So in that place, you can keep money, and most likely you will. I don't advise it, but most likely you find it. So if you realize that the place is safe, it's better to keep it because usually the person will come back and look for his points. But if the place is not safe, like for instance, if somebody finds the money, you should take it and go and keep it in the department that you expect that person to come to and look for his property in that place. You get it? And this is supposed to be applicable in every place except one place. How much? Yeah. The Prophet ﷺ talks about how much. He said, لا تلتقط السابقة إلا للمشرك. He says, nobody is allowed, one of the uniqueness of that place, you are not allowed to take something that somebody missing that place. Except if you are going to look for the own. The scholar said, but this is the ruling in every place. So when the Prophet also mentioned a specific rule to be addressing this matter, that's when it is different from other places. In other places, after 1 year, it's up to you to use it, or to give it to charity on his behalf, or to keep it one more time. But if you use it and then the owner comes back, and he tells you, I heard that you're looking for this, and this is mine actually, but he gave you a precise description of the item. What happens now? You have to pay me. You have to pay me. Right? You have to pay me. But if I took it in Makkah, after 1 year, can I own the thing? Most of the scholars say you will have to look for the owner even effort. So for instance, we are going to Hajj from Malaysia, and we made a mistake and took something from Haram. And you couldn't find the owner and you go back to Malaysia. That means every year you have to go for Hajj. That's a very good opportunity, right? So every year you have to go and look for owner. You must look for owner for habit, according to the best opinion of the scholars. So to conclude, Sister Shaka, when a person sees something, he cannot take it to own it if the thing has value, but he can take it to look for the owner of the thing for a period of 1 year. After 1 year, if the person doesn't come, then he has the right to own it or to give it in charity. Get it? So we don't say a person is a sinner unless if he intended to own it at the first place. Okay. This is applicable on anything except one thing. What is that? Camels. Camels, missing camels, you cannot take it. You have to, unless if you're sure that this person is gone. I mean, this camel is gone and he cannot come back to the owner, you can take it and bring it back to it. But the Prophet ﷺ said when he asked him about Dalmat al-Ibn, he was angry. He said, Malaka walaha. He said, what's with you? What business you have with it? He said, leave it. It has the strong hooves, and it also is so powerful because camel is not easy for a small animal to catch. It's not easy. So it can live in the forest for a long period of time, and it can stay without drinking water for 40 days or even more. Because they have them. Instead of the wars, sometimes when they need water, they kill animal the camel, and they open that place, they take fresh water to camel. So the Prophet ﷺ said this way, حتى تبدأ إلى صحيح. Because usually when we go around, at the end of the day, it comes back to the owner. Other than that, whatever you find, if it is not that much significant, either you take it and look for the owner for 1 year, and then if you couldn't find it, you or you leave it. Right? But the scholars also discuss, can I just leave it? Some of them said, well, it depends on the security of the place. If the place is secure, then you can leave. Some of them said, no, you have to. You must take it and then look for the owner. It depends. Let's say you saw a new university. The best to give it to the money first. on the streets, when you look, if there is in that, what do you call it? There are shops nearby, the law. Either you pass it to them on the phone, or you should tell them that I found the money, which whoever comes here looking for that money, this is my contact. Sure.
Special another question. So, financially punishing someone is only allowed at any misbehavior, and when the person, when the one being punished permits to be punishment taken. Is that the case?
He doesn't need to promise. That's the provision given to the authority by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to charge, because he would never hold it to punish. The government should decide. Otherwise, those rich people will always accept financial punishment, right? Because they can just pay it over. So sometimes the government has to punish them physically so that they will taste them. Otherwise, they're supposed to go to jail. And they do have. So it is not based on this choice, it's based on the choice of to find it and change it.
Last question, inshallah, was just Adam. Someone from the on behalf of your friend. What ruling when it comes to discipline is indecisive? For example, choosing which book to read different has not the law functions. Or doing Quran, if the person is not decisive. So, for example, they want to choose a book to read, but they have multiple options, so they go for that. If you want that.
Choosing which book. I would propose, if a person is confused, go for the istikhara. Reading books is important, knowledge is important. Which one should I read? Which discipline should I prefer? Go for the istikhara rather than the Quran. Quran should be placed in situations of conflict. If I choose this one, the other will be read. You don't need Quran except if there is a conflict. And the Prophet does Quran with his wife, the wives, because there is a conflict. Yeah, if he's to take part and Aisha, someone will say wrong. If you take Abu Salma, someone will say wrong. Yeah, then you go for the Quran. And whenever you hear Quran, that means there is somebody who might not agree with the decision. But in terms of choosing what I want, which only me is involved, I'm the only one who is involved, then I don't need to go for the Quran. No. I don't need to go for the Quran. Then you go for the istikhara. Ask the last one to choose you, to show you the best. Because if you do istikhara in matters of conflict, who would agree with you? If you imagine you tell me, I choose this person because I did istikhara and I feel more comfortable to choose it. Who would accept? Nobody would agree. But if you do the Quran, they will agree. They will agree. Allah God just agree. No one else?
Follow-up by Sheikh Ibrahim. Didn't we initially say that it is not permissible for the God of somebody to be punished without permission? So what is this regarding? Or does it come under the abrogation?
That's not abrogation, Sister Jabbar. This is just exception. In every general ruling, you have exception. That's why if a person is bankrupt, right? What does the government do? They sell his property. Does he want this to be sold? No. They're going to take his property and sell it by force. He doesn't agree with that. One of the key conditions for the stability of the transaction is mutual consent. This person doesn't do it. But the government do have a right to do it to take the right of others. So when there is a crime, the exception given to the authority by the scholars in the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ to charge them, fine, to punish them financially. When there is a crime. And that hadith you mentioned, Sister Shafa, is applicable in all other circumstances. government taking money from the people or any other person taking money from others, they have to grant permission to that. Being a king, being a minister, being a ruler doesn't mean you own what people have. They have their money, you have your own money. And even the rulers and the leaders, the money of the country, this is country's money. That's why you can see cases, right? After the government has gone, the next one will they check and see whether there is mismanagement of wealth and all. Because the money doesn't belong to anyone, it belongs to the public. Right? So nobody has a right to touch the wealth of another person except with the consent of that person. Except in the cases of punishment when that person commits crime and the government sees that the best punishment is the financial punishment, they can go for this. So we take it as an exception. It's not abrogation, we take it as exception. If you say abrogation, that's when that ruling is cancelled completely. It is not. It was just an exception for the cases of crime where the government can charge somebody financially. The Prophet ﷺ said, when he talks about the zakah, he said, he said, whoever takes zakah willingly, we take it from him. And whoever refuses to give the zakah, فإن آخذها وشطر ماله أخذة من أخذته أو عزمة من عزمة ربه. The Prophet said, if a person gives the zakah, we take it. If he doesn't give, he said, we will take it by force. If he doesn't give willingly, we will take the wealth by force, and we will divide his money into half, to two, and we take half of the wealth as a punishment. We take the zakah. That's why the scholar said, when do we take the zakah? Do we take the zakah first and divide, or we divide first and then take the zakah from the balance? So most likely the zakah should be taken from the whole wealth first, and then we divide what left and take the half of it as a punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What do you call this? Financial punishment. So these are all exceptions to address matters of crime. But other than that, Sister Shafa, the ruling is general. Nobody has the right to touch the wealth of another person, whoever this person might be. Okay? Except the authorities, when they have the justification, when somebody does a crime, so they can charge him, punish him. جزاكم الله خيرا واحسن اليكم في الدنيا والاخره انه بكل جميل كثير سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك السلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.